So I'm here at the parking lot at Composition ID on Kirby Drive here in Houston. And I am about to go in and get my Dexa scan. I hope they let me film. Wish me luck. So I'm about to edit this video and I realized that I didn't tell you guys what the hell a Dexa scan is. A cat. Hello. Hi, kitty. Okay. So a Dexa scan, according to the Cleveland Clinic, a Dexa scan is an imaging test that measures bone density, strength. Dexa scan results can provide helpful details about your risk for osteoporosis, bone loss, and fractures, bone breaks. This test can also measure your body composition, such as body fat and muscle mass. So I am interested in that last part. Okay, here's the rest of the video. Okay, so to begin the scan, and as you can see, I've sped this up. The whole thing only took about 13 and a half minutes. But to begin the scan, the technician will just position your body inside of the rectangle that you see underneath me. You'll need to take off your jewelry and your watches, which I partially forgot to do. So they will just make sure that you are perfectly positioned, and you need to stay still for the duration of the test. And it's very comfortable. The mat is padded, so you just basically lay there. You have one arm out, and I don't remember the exact reason why. She said that you needed the one arm out, but basically you can talk. So you see that I'm kind of breathing and laughing at some points because the technician was actually talking to me. There you see that she just positioned my arm a little bit better because it was not in the right position. And you'll see what happens if you do that in a second when I go through the results of the scan. So basically, you just lay there and the top part of the machine just scans over you, and you just wait for it to be over. It's very comfortable, and you don't have to do anything. Okay, friends, so I have made it back home, back to my office, and I am going to show you a little bit, not all, of the results from my Dexa scan. So let me put the PDF up on the screen now. So I am not a technician, but I'll try to tell you some of the things that the technician told me. It was a lot of information, and I was a little overwhelmed, and I don't remember everything, but I will go through some of the things that I can remember. All right, so depending on where you go to have this done, I mean, if you go to the exact same place in Houston that I went to, your report will look like this, but I presume that most places will have a different layout or give you different information. I don't know. But on mine, you can see that it shows at the top what's called the segmental analysis and then the body composition. So you can see that based on my weight, so currently right now I weigh 236.6. And when I first started my wellness journey back in November, my fat loss journey back in November, I was 241. So I have lost some weight, but I did want to go ahead and get this scan done before I lose more, because I want to make sure that what I'm doing in order to lose fat and build muscle at the same time, that what I am doing is working. So currently you can see right here my total mass, that's 236.6, and that's counted as my baseline because this is the first time that I'm having one of these done. And I will not go through all of these numbers up here because we'll be here all day, but you can basically see that the way that the fat is distributed in my body, I'm basically just 50-ish% fat everywhere in my body. And I thought that this was very interesting because I have gained weight. I gained some weight after my hysterectomy surgery, and it's because I was still healing, so therefore I was not moving around as much. I was not at all prioritizing exercising or eating well. I was just so happy to not be constantly bleeding and in pain anymore that I really just was and I gained weight. So, and then I started to try to, lose it in November. So, but all that to say, I think that the way my body distributes fat is the reason why I was able to gain about 14 or 15 pounds, and my clothes don't really fit any differently. I wear the same clothes that I've worn for years, and it did not really register to me that I had gained that much weight. And I think it's because I was not looking in the mirror and seeing this really fat gut or really fat ass or really fat anything. It just I just grew a little, but everywhere. So this was very interesting for me to learn how the fat in my body is distributed. And I really think that's why I was not cueing in that I gained 14 to 15 pounds, which is a lot of weight in my opinion. So let's scroll down to another part. Okay, this was another really interesting part of this report. So lean mass balance. So this part tells you how much lean mass, so that's muscle, you have on the left side and the right side of your body, in your arms, legs, trunk, and in total. So arms are obviously here, and then your legs and your trunk, she said, it's basically your collarbone to your hips, right? And I thought this was so interesting because my right leg, as you can see here, weighs a full 2.1 pounds more than my left leg, and that is crazy. So how is that possible? I am right-handed, so I'm right side dominant, and I don't know, so I guess that is what has happened to me. But I asked her how I can fix that, how I can address that. And she told me that I can work with my trainer and develop exercises, develop a plan in order to even that out. But that was really, really interesting. And she asked me if I have back pain, and I was like, yes, girl, don't we all? Are we not all out here just in pain all the time? No? Okay. But she asked me if I was in pain. I told her, yes, I do have sciatic pain on my left side. And just an overall achy lower back a lot of the times, probably because most of my life is sitting in this chair, doing work, trying to make money, trying to survive capitalism. But she told me that this size difference can contribute to back pain. So that was very interesting. The trunk, I don't remember what this means. Like, I guess it means left side and right side of my body, but I don't remember her going into like how to tell if like the left side of your gut, I guess, and your boobs and stuff, like, I guess is what that means. I'm not 100% sure on the trunk part, but there's discrepancy here. So that was very interesting. So let's look at another part. Okay, this part, the title of it is Fat Distribution. It has my personal information up there, so I just scroll down. But you can still see this information. So looking at this, basically you can see that throughout my entire body, so arms, legs, trunk, android, and gynoid. So android is, oh no, I forgot what she told me that means, but I will put it on the screen. You can read what it means. I forgot right now what android versus gynoid is, but you can see that all of it is very kind of like closely distributed, like close to like 50-ish% across my whole body. So I think that's really interesting. Okay, and now this is what like the heat scan or whatever, what it looks like. So the gray is bone, and the blue is muscle, and then the red is fat. You can see I'm very evenly bathed in a huge layer of fat. And I thought this was very interesting. This little part right here, she had to come and move my arm because my arm was not perfectly in the right place. So I think that's what caused that. But other than that, I think it's like pretty self-explanatory. I do think it's hilarious though that I have fat at the top of my head. Like when I press like right here, I don't feel any fat at all. But apparently there's some there. I understand like fat everywhere else, like my neck, my arms. To me, I have pretty fat arms, and like boobs and gut and butt and thighs and everything else. I get it. But this, I'm not fat up here. Anyway, I guess I do. This says I do, so I do. Let me see if there's anything else. Okay, so this part was also interesting. This is basically the only part of this test where I did really well. So this is the total body bone density test. And you can see my little marker is way up here. So I have good bones, very good bones. So my bones are like a good level of density, or however the proper way to say that is. So that's really good. I did ask her though if that is related to genetics. And I asked her that because at some point somewhere I've read that like Black people, African American people have naturally denser bones than other races of people. I do not know if that's like the truth or not. I don't know. But if we're only measuring by me, then that's the truth. I have no idea. But she told me that yes, it is related to genetics, but it's also related to if you are exercising and specifically doing strength training. So doing strength training will increase your bone density, make them stronger. And she said also anything that gives your bones a little bit of impact. So like, I don't know if walking counts. I think it does count. But if you're doing running or like jumping, skipping, jumping rope, things like that. I'm trying to give you examples of things that a person my size would do. Like I personally, my knees hurt, so I personally am not like taking up a running habit right now. I feel too fat and too like weak to run. But if you could do like some jogging, that's like a little bit of impact. Doing the strength training, jumping rope, if you have a rebounder, I think she mentioned like if you have the rebounder, you can have some impact that helps to make your bone stronger, but will also take away some of like the pain associated with like running like really hard, like on a hard surface kind of impact. So you can Google that and find out more on your own, but I did wanted to share that. All right, so that is my whole experience with getting a Dexa scan. I definitely recommend it if you are considering, really regardless. I mean, because the person that I learned about this scan from is very athletic, but she felt like, I think she said like one of her sides felt a little bit uneven, and she had gained a little bit of weight, and she wanted to see where it was on her body, and it was on her butt. So I learned about this from like a really fit friend. So it's not actually just for people who are looking to lose fat, whatever your health goal is or whatever. I feel like this is a really useful tool. I'm really glad that I got my scan done. And as you saw in the video before this, it was a really painless, easy thing to do. Basically, you just lay down and lay still for 12 to 15 or so minutes, and it's done. You don't have to fast. You don't have to do anything else, but just show up, take off your jewelry, and lay down for a few minutes. So, oh, and the cost. So mine cost $120. And I will go back in about 90 days. If you book them at this one place, don't email me asking me about different places because I don't know. But at this one place, if you book 2 at a time, you save like $20. So it's like 2 for $200. But I wanted to go and get the experience first before I pay for 2. But I was very pleased with the experience. So I will go back in 90 days and see if I have improved. I will continue doing what I've been doing in order to lose weight, lose fat, build muscle, and feel better. All right, so if you like the video, please consider subscribing. I am making these specific videos in order to document my weight loss, fat loss, muscle building journey. And I would love for you to be here with me. Maybe we can lose some fat together. We can lose it and send it out to the dump. Wherever it goes, I don't know. But make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. Comment and let me know if you've had a Dexa scan, what you thought of it, how it went. If you're some kind of medical professional watching this and want to give me some advice that will be welcomed, please comment below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, bye.